Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem Bear and 3 Musketeers. So you can read the entire problem. So they have clearly mentioned the problem statement along with the examples with input and the desired output, right? So you can read the entire problem. So I'll just summarize the problem for you so that it is easy to understand, and later we can discuss the approach as well as implement the solution. So first, what the problem states. The problem requires selecting 3 warriors or the musketeers. We have to select the 3 warriors or musketeers. I'll just take 3 musketeers who know each other and finding the minimum sum of their recognition. So we have to find minimum sum of their recognition. Minimum sum I'll just give here. So the recognition of a musketeer is defined as the number of warriors he know. Recognition is defined by number of warriors the individual musketeer know. Number of warriors, right? So this is one thing. Also we have to keep in mind that excluding other 2 musketeers. So 3 of the musketeers may know the same warriors. So other 2 must not be knowing. Only the guy, the one musketeer knows the... One second. Yeah, the warrior that should not be known by other 2 musketeers. So that we need to calculate. We need to return the smallest possible sum of recognitions of the 3 musketeers. Or if there is no such trio, we have to display -1. So what we have to determine? We have to return the smallest possible sum. So we have to determine the smallest possible sum or smallest sum. We have to determine smallest sum of the recognition of 3 musketeers. If there is no such trio, we will be displaying, we have to display -1. So this is the question. So I hope the question is clear. Let me delete this one. So let's start discussing the approach. So just give me a second. So first, as usual, we know that we'll be going with the input reading or the input handling. So the first step. So what we will do here in the input reading or the input handling, we'll pass the input to get the number of warriors and the relationship between them. We will just pass the input to get the number of warriors and relationship between them. So number of warriors and the relationship between them. That is why we are passing the input. So this one, first step. Second step, after getting the number of warriors and the relationship between them, we will build an adjacency list to represent which warriors know each other. So in simple terms, you just have to know that we will be building the adjacency list to represent which warriors know each other. So adjacency list, we will be building the adjacency list. This is the second step. So after building the adjacency list, what we will do, for each pair of connected warriors, we will check if they know a common third warrior, forming a trio, right? For each pair of connected warriors, we will check if they know a common third warrior, forming a trio. So we'll check for the common, common third warrior, right? So this I'll just write common third warrior. We'll check for common third warrior, right? So after this one, the fourth step will be, for each valid trio, we will compute the total recognition excluding the other 2 musketeers in the trio, right? So for each valid trio, we will compute the total recognition and track the minimum recognition that is found. So here we'll go with the total recognition. I'll just write TR, total recognition, and excluding the other 2 musketeers in the trio, and we will track the minimum recognition. So here, this is the step where we will be getting the minimum recognition, total recognition. From that, we will be getting the minimum recognition, right, from the valid trio. So this is in the fourth step. So finally, the final step is, if no trio is found, then we will be returning -1. We already have got the smallest recognition sum here in the fourth step. So if no trio is found in the fifth step, we'll be displaying the -1. So in the sixth step is nothing but we will output the result. So we'll be making use of the JavaScript or the Node.js. So to display the output, we'll be making use of console log. So I hope this is clear. So this is what the approach will be going with for this particular problem. So let me delete this. Let's start writing the code and we will get to know this one better. So first we have to import the file system module to read the input from the stdin. So for this, I'll just give const fs equals require of fs. So this is one thing. Next, we will read the input splitting by lines, and also we will trim for the extra spaces. So how can we write that? I'll just give let input equals fs dot read file sync, right? Sorry, this has to be read file sync of, we'll start from the 0 and we'll set the encoding to UTF-8. That's what we will be doing. So here also we have to trim the white spaces, right? So for that purpose, we'll be making use of trim, and we have to read every individual line of input. For that, I'll be making use of /n. So this is fine. Next step is we will extract the number of warriors, nothing but n, and also m is number of pairs. We are extracting number of warriors and number of pairs, nothing but. So I'll just make use of the destructuring operator. This will be easy. So it will be, we have to read from the first input, right? So input of 0 within the array, and let's split this one and leave the space. Why? For the distinct inputs, distinct numbers in the same line, we need space, right? For that purpose, I'll be making use of split. Also, we are mapping all the numbers of the type number. We are mapping the number. So this is of the type number, right? That's what we are mentioning. We can make use of the begint as well. If you are dealing with the very large numbers or this thing, very large inputs, we can go for the begint. So let me go with the number for this one. If we get the output wrong, the last two digits or the last 3 digits, then in that case, we can go with the begint later. So I'll just go with the number for now. Now, as we had discussed in this one approach, after extracting the number of warriors and the number of pairs, we will create the adjacency list to store which warriors know each other. So I'll just give this one array dot from. So here length, I'll mention this one as n+1. Also, let me give here new set. I need a space over here, right? Set is a function. So yeah, new set. This is fine. So here each index represents a warrior and the set contains other warriors they know. So why we are making use of the set? We need to know other warriors that the warrior knows, right? So a musketeer knows, right? So that is the reason we'll be making use of the set here. So then we will declare the array to store the recognition for each variable. So let's declare, let me make use of the variable name recognition, and let's declare here array of size n+1, and let's fill the array initially with 0, right? So let's declare the variable to track the minimum recognition sum of valid trio. This is nothing but let min recognition. I'll just give this one positive infinity. So this is fine. Then looping through the input, nothing but after the initialization, we'll go for this one iteration, right? So in simple terms, we'll be going with the iteration. If I want to explain correctly, we'll be looping through the input to build the adjacency list and count recognition. So you just remember we are iterating. So this one for we'll start from 1 less than or equal to m, and we will increment the I. So after this, we have to extract the pair of warriors who know each other. So we are going with the pairs. We can individually we can give input of this one, or we can go with the destructuring operator. I'll just go with the destructuring operator. Here this will be, somewhere I have given the spelling wrong here. Then input, just give me a second. I have not typed anyone out. Why this is showing this one suggestion for wrong spelling. Anyway, iterated value of the input, and let's make use of the split as usual to distinguish between the different distinct numbers. So this will be a type number. So that is the reason we are mapping. After this, what we'll do, we will add each warrior to others set in the adjacency list. So for adding, we can directly make use of add. As we are making use of the hash set or the set, we can directly make use of add, right? So adjacency A. Right? If you don't know hash map or the hash set, please do go through the hash map and hash set also along with their properties. So you'll get to know what I'm writing here. Add, while I make use of add, delete, has. These are the properties of hash set and hash map. So please do go through the hash map and hash set along with their properties. So this will be this one, add of B along with B dot add of. So this one will be A, vice versa. So after this one, we have to increment the recognition count since they know each other. So I have given recognition, I think. So just give me a second here. 1 minute. So here, yeah, this has to be recognition. Okay, let's increment this one. Also, recognition of B. Let's increment this one as well. So after this step, what we will do, I'll just come out of this. Let's loop through all the warriors to find the potential trios. So now we have to find the potential trios, right? For this one, now let's loop through all the warriors, right? So I'll just make use of the for loop. Here this one will be, let I equals 1, I less than or equal to n. This will be I plus plus. So this is fine. For let j of this one, iterated value of the adj. So after this one, again, for we need the potential trio, right? I'll just take k of adjacent adj of j. So if the warrior k knows the warrior I as well, we have the trio I, j, k. So we'll be making use of has, right? So here it will be adj of k dot has I. Then we have the trio. So then how can we write that? We have to calculate the recognition sum for this trio, including the trio members themselves. So we can just take the variable name and we can give iterated value of the recognitions j, recognitions of I, recognitions of j plus recognitions of k minus 6, right? So because we are excluding the trio members itself, so that is why we are going with the minus 6. So what we are doing here, we are calculating the recognition sum of the trio, excluding the trio members themselves. So let sum, I'll just take the variable name sum. It has to be a recognition I plus recognition of j plus recognition of this one k. I'll just set this one minus 6. So this is fine. Finally, we'll update the minimum recognition sum if a smaller one is found. So here this will be sum less than min recognition. This one min recognition, this will be equal to sum. That's it. Fine. So just give me a second here. So here after this, what we'll do? So we have found the trio, right? So if no trio is found or was found, so minimum recognition remains infinity. So we have to print -1. Otherwise, we will print the minimum recognition value. If we get the minimum recognition value, then it's fine. If there is no trio found, then the minimum recognition remains infinity and we will print -1, right? So for printing, I'll just make use of console log of min recognition. If it is infinity, then it will be -1, else we will print the min recognition. I hope this is clear. So this is it. Let me come here and get the input. So the desired output is, it has to be 2, right? So let's check. And I'll come here and let me run this one. So yeah, this one was giving the suggestion. I don't know why, didn't know where I typed this one wrong. Fifth line, right? So yeah, this has to be input. So yeah, now we are getting the output 2. So this is correct, right? So let's check with this input. The output, the desired output that we need to get is, the desired output is -1. So I'll come here. Let me paste this one. Yeah, we are getting output -1. So this code works absolutely correct. Just give me a second. Let me copy this one. Let me hit submit code. So again, one more thing I wanted to say. The last 2 problems that I have solved, problem number, I think 7 and 8, it was showing while I submitted the solution, it was showing in queue, right? It was the server problem from the Codeforces side. So now it is working absolutely fine. So that solution is correct. 7th and 8th problem, the solution is absolutely correct. So it was just some server problem, I believe. It was not getting, it was just showing in queue for more than 1 hour, I think. So now it shows accepted. The solution is absolutely correct for 7 and 8. So that's what I wanted to say. Now I'll just paste this one. Problem C, right? Parent 3 Musketeers. So let me hit the submit button. Let's wait for some time. So yeah. Let's wait for some time. Let me refresh this one. So yeah. So yeah, you can clearly see here, this solution got accepted, right? So this code works absolutely correct. So there was one typo here. Instead of input, I had just added extra y over here. So apart from that, the solution works absolutely fine now, right? So this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.